Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Harman Kardon Citation One, a stylish smart speaker with full Google Assistant capabilities. So if you're looking at or already are using Google Assistant to control your home, there are a few options available when it comes to compatible speakers. However, there is one issue when it comes to using a third-party speaker with Google Home, which affects both Sonos and Bose, but not to the Harman Kardon range. But jumping straight into the exterior of this speaker, much like Google's own speakers, the Citation One has a fabric exterior which gives it a softer and more premium look. It looks great in any room too, and as it's available in either black or light grey, it should blend in easily too. So there are 4 LEDs on the front, hidden behind the fabric. These work in exactly the same way as Google's own speakers, and they illuminate with voice commands, reminders and volume changes. So on the top there are a handful of soft touch buttons too, including Bluetooth on and off, microphone mute so it no longer listens in or if you have any privacy concerns or there's just no need for the voice commands, and the volume up and down buttons too. Then in the center there's a voice command button, so you can tap this instead of saying. It'd be great if this button also muted the music, but it doesn't, so you will still need to say. There are 2 microphones which will pick up your voice even while the music is playing, and so far it's not missed any of my commands. Size wise, it measures 140mm by 188mm by 140mm, and it weighs about 2 kilograms. Comparing that to something like a Google Mini, you can see it's a lot bigger in every way, but that's not really a fair comparison. So comparing it to something like a Sonos One, you can see it's even bigger than that in almost every dimension. The Citation One comes with one port underneath for the power and another for servicing and updates via USB-C. But you shouldn't need to use that port if you're using Google Home app, as updates are done automatically over Wi-Fi. There's unfortunately no 3.5mm jack though, so you won't be able to physically play music from say your phone or other media device. An advantage to this speaker is the ability to use Bluetooth too, which means you can cast via most devices straight to the speaker without the need for Wi-Fi or the Google Assistant. Just tap the Bluetooth icon on the top of the speaker to enable it, and the 4 LEDs on the front of the speaker will begin to flash blue, and now it's ready to cast. So as the Citation One is powered by Google Assistant, this means that it works in the same way as a Google speaker. So your standard Google commands will work, whether you're using it to turn your lights on, playing music or checking the weather. You also don't need any third-party apps either, as everything is controlled via the Google Home app. Setup is really easy too. Just turn the speaker over, plug the power cable in, feed the power cable through this neat slot and power it on. Give it 30 seconds or so and the speaker will show up as a new device in the Google Home app. Run through the standard setup procedure and assign it to your room of choice. Now, one of the biggest advantages of this speaker over many others, including Sonos, is the ability to add it to groups. Now this might not sound like a big deal, but when you have multiple speakers there will be times when you wish to group them and play music to more than one speaker at a time. So for example, one of my groups in my house is called Downstairs, which has my hallway, kitchen, living room and amp together. Now this is ideal when you want to play music simultaneously to multiple speakers, so it fills the downstairs of your house or in every room. Now the issue with Sonos speakers, which I was going to purchase as soon as they announced Google Assistant integration, is they don't show up in the Google Home app in the same way. There's just no way to group them, and they kind of act as a standalone speaker when it comes to the Google Home app. And onto the sound quality, and it really does not disappoint. So it's a mono speaker, it's got some serious punchy bass too, which is quite prominent in every track and almost at every volume level too. Even tracks that you never thought had any bass will be slightly exaggerated with the Citation One. The mid to high tones are clear and uncompromised, even at 100% volume, there's no distortion at all. But because there's no EQ settings available through the Google Home app for this speaker, you're not able to tweak the audio profile to suit your needs, which is a shame, as it would have been great if you were able to tweak the bass and dial it back slightly, but I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a bass junkie, so this speaker is perfect for me. And although it's a mono speaker, these can be paired too, given a stereo setup in any room, in the same way that the Google Max and the Sonos One can be used. And finally, what are my thoughts? I'll be honest, I really cannot fault it. The sound is as good if not better than the Sonos One, it looks nicer and actually works with Google Home. Within 2 days of actually buying this, I ordered a second one for my kitchen. So if you're already invested in Google Home, which I do prefer over Amazon for various reasons, or you're looking to start your smart home setup, I'd highly recommend picking one of these up. They are around £180, but I picked it up for about £150. I'll drop a link in the description too. So are you team Amazon or team Google? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope this video was useful to you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Until next time.